See, one thing I'm answering to you guys, if you guys are thinking this project is something that I have prepared a book question and given to you, and then you will know the answer. This is not that project. If I will give you that project, then I'm not doing the right thing with you. Even you talk with your friends who are working in Google Research, Microsoft Research, or whatever you call it, the top place in base top of your head, even they don't know what they are doing. They just given a title which they have to correct, which that person has to correct while working on it. When I work with some of the projects, right? So when I have been given, see, I can tell you a couple of points, because how our mind work, right? So if we are doing this project with our regular routine, it will never happen that you will get an idea, right? Because this is a commercial business project. This is not a project where I can give you the answer. I will give you the answer, definitely I will give you. But what I'm telling to you, this is the work which you have to do. You got my point, right? This is the work you come up with. Sumit, we did these kind of things. This is how we plan. This is the framework. You need to give to me a definition of the framework, even wrong. You need to make it. That was your work. What is what? When you work in a tech company, right? Nowadays AI transforming everything. I don't know what the future will be next 2-3 years, but how I see the future is in next 2-3 years is, rather than me and you looking for a job, we develop the solution, we own the solution. And we deliver the solution. We deliver the solution as a micro entrepreneur or small team or whatever you say, right? Because that's how I see. See, I'm telling to all of you, in my regular routine, I was never able to do anything in my whole life. If I just go within your mind, let's ask the question.
Sir, up until this point, we are still referring to frameworks. My question is, do we start actually like trying to build something up, or do we keep doing what we are doing? Because essentially for my team, what I've seen, they have done exactly what I have asked them to do. I've asked them to review documents, they have done it. Many times where I found gap in reviewing the documents, I have given my suggestions, they have given me their suggestions. So we are doing what is asked of us. But now do we use our own brains, and can we just, like, even if things get a bit messed up, can we start experimenting? Like, I think we would like to, but I don't know if it's the right stage or not. And because we're doing it for the first time, I would like clarity on it. Because
okay, let me answer this way. So what will be our first step? The first step will be, which we will be going to do, I'm going to help you guys as well, right? We will develop our own problem statement. This is our project. This is my project. This is Samar's project, Nikhil project, Ryan project, Anamika project, Deveshi project, and Nikhil project, or Sneha project. This is my project. I will give it a name. I will give it as a problem. I will give it everything. That's the step one. Got it? I will make sure that I understand what is the problem is, correct? What I'm solving. Anyway, you have asked it, but I'm saying step one, I will give a name. What the name, I will give that to him, right? How I know about it. Okay. So that's the starting point, the name which I have given. Okay. Anyway, this was the important that you must have. That was must that you must have to refer the sources which you did, correct? You went to see, if you see this document, right? This document, or you see these papers, or this, I will definitely tell you the significance of everything, right? These all million dollars documents, because a lot of efforts got spent over here. So you are not reading something just like any other paper. This, I'm damn sure this would have been referred in all offices, all companies, everywhere. Whoever will be the first person is thinking about these kind of things, artificial intelligence and the risk management framework, he will be definitely referring to this. This is the real today's physics, or whatever you can say, right? So that's the key point which you did. That is very good, right? Now your question is what we are doing, what we are building, something like that. See how we do these kind of projects. We know that we have to go somewhere here, right? But like industry has given it's a name for every step. They have given the name. Like we say software development lifecycle, right? In software development lifecycle, we say analysis, design, coding, something. So we call first it as a solution discovery, because you guys have not looked in that way. So we are saying AI cyber policy framework, enabling defenders and preventing abuse. Let me give you a scenario, okay? So you can map correctly where it may fits, right? Because you are not getting any image in your mind, correct? That's the problem. You are reading this, but I'm just giving, this is just an example. This is example how I think, and we will iterate to correct it. It's a starting point. We should think this way, or Ryan, you think this way, that there is an enterprise or there's a company, right, which is doing business, and this is heavily tech enabled, right? Most of the companies you all agree are tech enabled. Even that is whatever they are doing, they are tech enabled, right? Even McDonald's or Domino's or Apollo Tires, whatever you see, that is tech enabled, correct? Now think about it, Ryan. You are using all these tools, right? I'm using this Claude, right? I'm also using Grok, Perplexity, and everything, correct? That is I'm using personally. Now consider a case in GetPost Labs. There are 200 people, right? Think about it, maybe one day, right? So let's say we have 200 tech people who are working with all technical ecosystem, and we have different type of customers. Think about it, right? Now this is sure everybody would be using some form of AI, right? Whether he will be using via API or whatever, that intelligence will stay, right? And it will be added to whatever the solution I will develop or use, right? Something like that. So think this way, that I have in my team, let's say in my team, I have 200 people or 80 people or whatever, a big team. In this specific team, everybody's using, I have provided him, let's say I'm the person who is managing the tech infrastructure of the company, right? Technical ecosystem. Technical ecosystem means clouds, deployments, DevOps, coding standards, right? And many other things. Now think about this, like I have to deploy, I have to give AI usage access to everyone. Okay. And what I will do, I will just give them access. I will just open a cloud account and give it to someone to that, right? So usually in company environment, what they do, because business always have threats, something like that. We'll come back what the threats meaning is, vulnerability. But I'm just trying to give you a story so that which is coming on top of my head and you can connect this. So usually what happens, let's an example with 200 employees, right? Even Claude, I'm using the Claude subscription behind the scene. But what I'm doing, I'm developing, let's say, Sentinel AI cyber framework. We have developed Sentinel AI intelligence tool, whatever we say, intelligence framework. What it is doing, this is basically this framework is following all the standards. All the standard means one. Let me try again. Let's say this is the same project. This is the same project you are implementing for MMM University of Technology. Got it? And they hired all of you to develop this, right? In every project, first day you will never know what this project is. You know that MMM University of Technology have a technical enabled labs or a business house or whatever research division, and you need to apply all these policies in such a way to the MMM University of Technology, something like that, right? Now think about it. Let's say 20 people are working on this. The first thing they need to study it, and they will end up with the same thing where you are today. Even 2 months they will study, they will not get any answer. Even after 6 months, they will keep circling, and project will go under the table. Correct? If I will leave you guys now, right? After 3 months, 6 months, everybody will tell me the same story, but not tell me what is the solution, right? So, okay. So what I'm saying, one of the practical solution of this problem, how I solved it. First, I need to understand what Sneha is learning, what Samarth is learning, what Ryan is learning, right? I need to know that. You are sitting in your desk and you are asking questions. Before AI or whatever, right? Actually, these specific things, right? To understand who is learning what, right? Because you would be asking the questions. First thing, you need to understand that. So first problem I will try to solve, we all understanding in the same mindset. You are getting this point. If let's say I'm leading this project, I cannot sit with you 24 hours. That's impossible, right? Even I will give lecture or something. The first thing I will solve, if A is for apple, then everybody should know A for apple. Not everybody say A for Antarctica or something like that, right? So one problem which I will solve, because now I know before AI, you were referring the sources which will exist and you can use, okay, I read from here, I get it from here. But now you will say, no, I asked from AI and AI gave me this answer. Correct? So what I will do, because I cannot stop you, right? Even I said to Sneha, write prompt this way, right? But Sneha is right. Sneha is thinking that I'm writing in the prompt in this way, but she's not writing the prompt that way. And still she's keeping that, she's working, contributing, but not the way, so that we all are connected. So what the step one I will do for MMM, for NEM or anyone, I will develop a solution so that, first I will correct my all team members so they can ask the right questions and get the right answers from the right references. So I will tell to my AI, whatever the AI I'm using, because this AI is not public AI. Claude is public AI. You got it? Claude, Perplexity are public AI. I will develop my private AI, MMM AI or Division AI or Sentinel AI. In that AI, I will develop those practices which is helpful to my project. Because how a project differs, right? Project differs who is the founder, who is the team, right? If everybody could do, then why Sarge Bin or your Google founders or other guys only they could do? Because they attack on that specific things where biggest pain is. So because I did recently, I developed a solution for someone and they were struggling for 10 years. They had a good team, spent millions of dollars and something. Even then, they were not able to develop a solution. And recently, I used similar things, these AI LLM things. And the biggest problem I found that there are 35 or 50 people, right, working on a project, product manager, senior product manager, directors, you name it, top university people. Even that university, even that university will just give you, if you go to that university, you will click the picture and show everyone. People are from that university, right? But now the question is, they have AI, they have everything, still not able to develop the solution, right? I figured out very quickly, the biggest problem is everybody understanding in his way. Because they have to solve a problem. They need to study set of documents. And after studying that, they need to interpret and develop it, right? So every time they were not coming to a conclusion, should we develop this way? Should we develop that way? And nobody was giving confidently, do this way, do this way. Nobody was, right? Correct? I'm not trying to say who's wrong, right, whatever, but how I solved it, because I had the intention to solve it, not to hang it, right? So what I did, I created a consistent system of questions and answers. I wanted to learn what this guy is asking, what this guy is asking, what this guy is asking. So I developed a, you can say prototype or whatever concept, that we will have a consistent interface of question and answer, each team, and these question answers only source this 20 documents, that's it. So I know that everybody's reading only from this 20, because I found that people requirement is questions and answer. Now they are more habitual, but I don't want they go to whole internet, just follow this 20. If answer exists, have it. If answer doesn't exist, ignore it. And when they give answer, then that should exactly tell where these lines are written. I can try if I have something. You see, verbatim means exactly what written there. Exactly what written there. So when the answer comes, it also tells what written there. So it's structured that way that there's a very less chances that you miss the whole scenario, something like that. Got it? So what I'm trying to tell you is like, that's how one of the solution which I have worked practically. Okay, the AI based, AI LLM based, and another solution which practically, or everyone, because everybody wants, everybody's learning, right? You also doing your computer science, right? Your senior state, super senior, same book. Everybody's doing what they're doing. First they're learning what is database, right? So their problem is what is database, something like that, right? But because what I shared to you, that mostly used commercially. So it's a part of your skill. It's a part of your skill. Got it? So the first problem statement is which understand, analyze, or whatever official sources of India, Australia, and what you say, US, cyber. That was your problem statement, right? I know you guys are diverting that give me a problem definition that I can code and solution. Maybe you're thinking in such a way. Okay, let's not distract. Your statement one, the problem one was this one. Policy investigation and engineering. That was your problem. You are doing policy investigation first. Got it? So this is the technique you are using. I have not mentioned here that you are doing coding development, whatever something, right? We'll come to that. We'll come to that if it is there. First thing I said, AI cyber policy framework. This is Team Sentinel invented, understood, investigated framework. We did not reach there now. We are studying what exists. Let's say there's a CBSE board specification. Some schools are 12, some schools have something, some schools have something. But let's say there's a school who has only 3 classes for CBSE board, something like that. So they have implemented this part of it, something like that, right? So we are first step, we are looking into the ecosystem of this, and ecosystem start from a formal source that is from India. Because why I'm saying this? Because only I look deeply about Australia and US, 2 countries I've looked. But I told to you India, then you can understand what Australia and US is doing, what this guy is not doing. That's your problem statement. That's your key problem statement. And you are for that going through official sources and doing policy investigation, what this policy says. Let's say this policy, let's say you read about AI policy, and AI policy says that something it says like, you can use Claude, Perplexity, or Devishi AI, or Sneha AI. You can use any AI, no problem. Let's say this policy says, right? Let's say it says that, right? What that means is these are extremely true system. They have, like proven from everyone. So your first problem statement was, right? We have given a title. We can change this title. I mean, if I can make it simple, that's it. AI, we are developing, such kind of framework, a cyber policy framework, right? We are developing such kind of framework, which is enabling defenders. Defender means which is more enabling quality gates, stoppers. Which is developing something like that, and preventing abuse, right? Let's say I was giving an example. Let's say I have set up an AI in my company, 100 employees are using, and they're asking stupid questions which doesn't make sense. The knowledge is not increasing, solution is not coming. That is abuse also. Okay, so what we are doing is we will come up with our own AI cyber policy framework, which we feel that makes sense. And we are studying, going through with some of the official sources, right? And our technique is policy investigation and engineering. Policy investigation means we are reading deeply, understanding it, and because see, such kind of projects take a big team, big time. You are analyzing, you are talking with companies, talking with people, coming up with that. But I'm still telling you is what this means is policy investigation. So just keep the scope here, right? And then what we are coming up with, we are doing investigating the policy. We are doing some documentation of this, right? How we come up with this. What will be our working control pipeline? Because once we implemented our CBSE standard, ICSE standard of cooking standards, right? How it looks like when it's implemented. Audit dashboard. Audit dashboard usually, audit dashboard is auditing. You understand? You guys understand what is the meaning of auditing is, right? So auditing is something like, I'm not sure whether you know IB board. IB board, all of you know? IB board, IB board. Like we have CBSE board, we have ICSE boards. There's a one board, IB board, the many schools in all over the country, all over the world, which follow this kind of board, right? So they have auditors who review every 3 months, 1 month to the school, whether they're following same practices or not. Same way in the cyber security, there are many companies who audit companies, whether they are following rules or something like that. So see, I had the bigger picture in my mind to move out from that mindset that we only want software engineer. I want to show you there are many roles exist. There are many roles exist other than only software engineer or technical people, something like that, right? Okay. So coming back to this point. So your first thing is we are analyzing the official framework, sources, and everything, and coming up with any organization or enterprise, right? We are developing our own set of frameworks, right? Which aligned with one of the cybersecurity framework. That is the problem statement. And technique we are using, I can tell you how I do. If I were you, how I do. Everybody read all document and come back. I do this way.
Okay.
I will reduce the scope and tell to everybody to come. And I'm just thinking loudly. So we have only first thing which I will do. Let's say today I will do what the thoughts coming on top of my head. So I will follow some methodology, right? This is new for me as well. It's not something which I knew. It just came, right? And now why me, you, and all looking into this? Because AI is here, right? AI LLM is here, right? Correct. So my and your question or summer question is from where to start, right? Correct. So we are starting with what our government, our system is saying about it, these policies. And we figured out the first step, what I will do, we figured out that we have total number of 8 documents from India, 3 documents from US, and 2 documents from Australia. First, we figure out those documents. Now we have 9 documents, right? Way number one is like what I will do. Maybe I will say Samarth and Sneha are Australia cybersecurity law expert. Only read Australia law. That's it, right? Ryan and Anamika only reading the India, right? Deveshi and Nikhil are reading US, right? Okay. And we got agreed together that Samarth and Sneha will come up with these 6 points. What is this about? What is these laws? What is this? They come up with some template. And Ryan and Anamika will come with some template. And Sumit or something, Deveshi will come with some template, something like that, right? And we iterate. We start from, let's say the first thing what we'll do, we only study executive summary. That's it. Only one page, not 100 pages. Only this. Let me show you. See, I need to look into those documents and find out the pattern, how those are written. Because that's not top of my head. So that's why I'm just quickly telling to you what I will do is, I will just read introduction. That's it. Maybe the first day, only introduction. Okay, and let's say you tell me the document, Deveshi, we can talk about.
So NIST CSF 2.0, I think that
Okay,
is a very important document.
okay.
Let's go with that.
Only I saw you added this. Anybody has not added any document.
Ryan, sir, Ryan, right? Okay, we have to add documents. So we'll do that. We are still learning. We'll do it.
So if you would have added here, anyway, no problem. Okay, so how I will do is, okay, maybe I will read first only this. The NIST cybersecurity framework provides guidance to industry, government, agencies, and other organizations to manage cybersecurity risk. I got my answer here. Cybersecurity risk. What it is doing, it is telling cybersecurity risk. That's the problem we are solving. With our documentations, with our study or something, what we are solving, how to manage, how organizations manage cybersecurity risk. Right? This tells everything. Right now, it offers a taxonomy of high-level cybersecurity outcome that can be used. Okay, what I will do is, I'm just doing quickly. The NISP Cybersecurity Framework 2.0 provides guidance to industry, government agencies, or something, right? It offers a taxonomy of highest level cybersecurity outcome that can be used by any organization, something. The CSF does not prescribe how outcome should be achieved, whether it linked to online resource or something. Okay, taxonomy of high level security. Okay, basically, okay. Here, key important point is managing cybersecurity risk. Okay, so what we will do is, these are our all documentation, right? And plan and give me an overview of, first give me those all documentation, limited set of documentation. Australia 3, all references, and you can limit it with 3, 4, 3, 4, 3, 4. Got it?